Okay, now it's time to take your drink of water. And Dusty's literally just like, he's about to pass out. I don't know if y'all can hear him or not, but he is walking right underneath my feet. Oh, and now he's touching me. No, buddy. No, you don't get any food. So he's touching me, wanting some of this food. Okay, so part 2. This is chat number 135. Today is August the 18th. And Casey will... Oh, wait a second. Jennifer wants to know, what is the first milestone to get a charm at meetings? I think the first thing you get is a keychain, and then you get a 5, let me think. No, is it a 5-pound charm? I'm trying to think. And you used to get one for attending 6 out of the first 8 meetings, but I'm not sure. Can somebody help us out with that? So that's Jennifer that had that question. If somebody can help her out with what the first charm is, the first milestone charm is at a meeting. But this is chat number 135, and today is August the 18th. And Casey will separate this out as a separate chat, because this, what we're getting ready to talk about, could be, y'all could use this as a separate, as a separate thing. So, John's mother did get her, Mara says it is a 5-pound, and Lynn does too. Anyway, so John's mom got her official diagnosis, and she has Lewy body dementia. So, our focus is suddenly in a completely different direction, on food. So, we always have been, or not always, but, we've been trying to eat healthy. We've been doing WW for a long time. I've been doing it for Casey's 25, so I've been doing it for 23 years, I guess. And so it's always been, or most of the time, my focus has been about weight loss, like blinders on, weight loss. WW has led me down a healthier path, as they keep improving, the programs, to not just be focused on weight loss. So tonight, what we're going to talk about, and this is why I said this could be a totally separate chat, even for people who are not doing WW. So Casey will post this separately, and she has been posting, I don't know, probably the last 15 or 20 or so, she has been posting as a separate chat. So if you ever want to just watch the extra credit portion, you can see those on YouTube. So last week's snack chat, you don't have to watch the whole hour. You can just watch the second 30 minutes, and it's on YouTube. It's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. But tonight we are going to talk quickly about food for your brain. So not just food for your body. You've all heard that. What is it? Eat to live, not live to eat. So I spent, the first however many years that would be of my life, living to eat instead of eating to live. So since John's mom has gotten this diagnosis, I've been trying to think, a little bit differently about, about what we're eating. And my accountability buddy Karen has been on me, because she does do a lot of research, into, I don't know, just a lot of different things. But we're going to do something that is on the MIND diet. So John's mother's neurologist is part of the Genesis Neuroscience Clinic, and they have a diet it's a MIND diet. And it's not from them, it's from the, it is, I guess it's from the Rush University Medical Center, maybe. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Okay, but it's the MIND diet, and it's the Mediterranean Intervention for Neurodegenerative Delay. Don't ask me to explain that. Okay, but listen to what they recommend. So this is a prevention strategy for optimal brain health. But listen how I don't know, coincidental it is that this goes hand in hand with what we're doing at WW. So, because, they keep taking us down this healthier path, sure, it's still about weight loss, but they keep, kind of nudging us towards, being healthier too. Well, this one's brain healthy instead of just body healthy. It's brain healthy too. So, the 10 brain healthy food groups. The first one is green leafy vegetables, spinach, kale, etc., more than 6 times a week. 0 points. 0 Freestyle Smart points. Other vegetables, more than once daily. 0 Smart points. Nuts, not 0 Smart points, but nuts 5 times a week as snacks. So what they're saying is, save, I know they're not talking about points, but, save a little bit, and have those as some snacks. Berries twice a week, 0 Smart points. Beans 3 times a week, 0 Smart points. Are you starting to see a trend here? Whole grains, brown rice, bulgur, and quinoa. Okay, not 0, but they're lower, in Smart points. And you're not eating a huge, amount of those. Fish twice a week. Anybody? 0 Smart points. Poultry twice a week. If it's chicken breast or turkey breast, 0 smart points. Olive oil, you know, we used to have to put a little bit of olive oil, you know, in our meals, and if we spread it out, you know, it's not that many smart points if you just use a little bit. And for my wine drinking friends, wine, a small glass of wine. So congratulations. We're going to go over some more of this after we get this food going, but we got to get the food going first. Okay, so we're going to make a brain healthy meal for tonight, and we have not had supper yet. So I'm literally like, whoa, you know, not dying, but you know, this smells so good, and I think it's because we haven't eaten yet. Okay, this is going to be a little bit tricky because I have to work over here too, so I'm going to show you all as much of this as I can, and later, not tonight, but another day, Casey and I'll try to do a video on it so you can see close up what we're doing. But this is what we're going to start with. This is going to have, and I'm going to put it all into a big pan, but we're going to have, you know, I talked about eating beans. We're going to have garbanzo beans. So this is about 1.5 cups. It's 1 can of garbanzo beans, and those are just chickpeas. It's going to have garlic, so it's got a tablespoon of garlic. It does have 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and this is going to be spread out over what we're making. It has, this is about 1/8 of a cup or 2 tablespoons of Bragg liquid aminos. And Bragg, oh, and Carolyn's having a glass of wine for me. Good, so you're helping your brain. Bragg liquid aminos are these. It's a natural soy sauce alternative, and it does have some, you know, some B vitamins and things like that in it. So, you know, this might be good for our brains because I know B12 is really good for your brain. It has that in there. It has a little bit of Dax citrus groove, and it'll make sense in a second with what we're making. It has rice wine vinegar, which is this. It's about 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. It's going to have some chopped up green onions. Oh, and I just knocked that one over. I had accidentally made a hidden Mickey. Dang it. And I knocked it over before I showed it to you, which is green onions, could be the other vegetable. It's going to have 1 hard-boiled egg chopped up. And the hard-boiled eggs, if you haven't seen the hard-boiled egg video, Casey and I shot another one that only lasts, it's like 1.5 minutes. So if you want to see it really quick, maybe it's 2 minutes. If you want to see it really quick, that one I don't think I've put on YouTube yet, but it is on Facebook, and it's on Insta TV, whatever that thing's called. So it's going to have one of those, but they're perfect hard-boiled eggs. It's going to have berries, because remember we talked about that, and it is going to have kale. So they were talking about having leafy greens. So what we're going to do, I'm going to get I have a big pot here because the kale is going to start out huge. So I'm going to turn my stove eye on to medium, and I'm going to put in the olive oil, the 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I'm going to put that in there. Then I'm going to put the garlic in, and this is just minced garlic, if it'll come out. Put the garlic in there. I'm going to put the Bragg liquid aminos in there. And I'm going to hold the rice wine vinegar. So I'm going to get this going first. So we're going to let this get heated up first. Okay, and while that's heating up, we're going to go ahead and get working on the salmon. So this is one of the marinades that Orlando Debbie gave us. So she was kind enough to bring us some G. Hughes sugar-free marinades that we couldn't find, we had not been able to find here in Knoxville yet. So hopefully they're on their way, but she did find those, and she'll have to let you know. I think she found them at Walmart, if I'm not mistaken. But this is just 2 pieces of center cut wild caught salmon. And I've never had anybody ask me which part of the salmon I wanted, and I was like, I don't know, I just need 2 pieces that are about this big. But apparently this is center cut. And yes, Betty, I will post the recipe. So this has just been marinating in some of the G. Hughes, it's the orange ginger, I think, marinade, and I'll get that out in a second. But we're just going to cook this in the air fryer. The salmon fillets are just going to go in the air fryer, and I have sprayed the bottom of the air fryer only because we're not going to flip this. So since I can't spray the bottom of the salmon, I sprayed the air fryer, and that's just to help the salmon come out a little bit easier. But we're going to cook it on 360 degrees for 10 minutes. And I I know one of you is getting ready to ask me what that is again. 360 for 10 minutes. And Lynn doesn't like salmon. So Lynn, if you like any other kind of fish, pick another kind of fish. And it's funny because Karen doesn't like salmon either. So I'm just going to lay these in here, skin side down. So these are just in my Simple Living Products air fryer, skin side down. And remember, I sprayed the bottom. And I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to put it, it's already on 360. I'm going to take it down to 10 minutes and let it go. Because the salmon, you want to stop it a little bit, you want to stop it a little bit early because it will continue to cook, you know, after you take it out. So, and salmon is better if it's just a little bit on the raw side. So Barbara's exactly right. Tuna would be good. Looks like several of you all don't eat fish. So, you know, it does say for a heart healthy diet, you know, that you can have poultry. So maybe you should, you know, skip to, you know, some other kind of poultry. Okay. Now over here we have everything that I put in here is starting to heat up nicely. So I'm going to stir it real quick. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put all of the kale in there. So this entire bag of kale, and this is triple washed. So, you know, y'all know I'll be telling you to wash this if it wasn't already. But this is triple washed. So I'm going to put this in there. And you can see it's going to take up this whole pot. But it's going to cook way down. Okay, and I'm going to toss it just a little bit. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to cover it. So we're going to cover it and we're going to let it steam for 10 minutes. So I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. So about the same amount of time that I forgot my chickpeas. The chickpeas are supposed to go in there too. Hold on. The chickpeas don't have to cook. You just want them to be warm. And it's funny, the kale is already starting to wilt and get smaller. So it's going to be, it'll be less than half of what it is now. Okay. And Liz wants to know, oh wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. So Teresa says, nope, wash it yourself. I'm a microbiologist. Okay, well, it's a little late now. So I do normally wash everything. And Orlando Debbie says, someone found a frog in their triple washed greens, like a live frog. Because I would have kept it. I would have kept the live frog. And Liz wants to know if my cabinets are maple. I have no idea. We do countertops. I don't know. They came with the loft. And let's see. Oh, and Barbara says it's too hot to cook and she loves chickpeas. Well, that's why I'm using the air fryer, because the air fryer doesn't put off any heat. And Dana says that would be the end of her. Okay, so while this is cooking though, while those are cooking, let me read you this. Okay, additional lifestyle tips. And again, this is for the prevention of brain, issues. Prevention strategies for optimal brain health. So see if any of these sound familiar. Well, they do talk about continuing with diet and lifestyle, additional lifestyle tips. Avoid products with artificial sweeteners or corn syrup. That's also more points sometimes. Avoid baked goods, cookies, cakes, pies, and pastries. Get 5 fruits and vegetables a day. Snack on fruits, vegetables, nuts, and yogurt. We've talked about that before just last week. Use olive oil, MCT oil, no more than 1 alcoholic drink per day. So even though you're going to use the red wine to help your brain, no more than 1 a day. Vitamin D apparently is good for us. Exercise 4 hours per week. Brisk walking outdoors or at the mall. Indoor cycling, water aerobics, Pilates, or yoga are some suggestions. We also have been talking about that. Mental stimulation, cultural events, plays, museums, athletic events, meditation, exercise groups, second language practice, playing a musical instrument, choir. Did we not just talk about this? Did we not really just talk about this? social activities, volunteer work, church or other spiritual group, travel, neighborhood associations or clubs, senior center or adult day programs and group activities. We literally have just been talking about this. Other health tips: stop smoking and ask others not to smoke around you, lose weight if you are overweight, treat signs of depression, treat sleep disorders, control diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and get your vaccines. Okay, so this side is the cheater side. This is the easy side. So the diet recommendations, again, whole grains, 3 per day. So that's things like brown rice, oats, quinoa, whole wheat pasta, whole wheat breads. Again, things that we have been incorporating into our WW diet. Green leafy vegetables, at least 1 a day. Kale and spinach. But shocker, romaine lettuce counts. Not iceberg lettuce, but romaine lettuce counts. So I know a lot of you don't like things like kale. Some of you don't eat spinach, but romaine lettuce, that's just a salad. I mean, you can make it into a salad. You can put it on a hamburger. You can put it on, on a whole lot of things. But, but romaine lettuce, so that's a good one. Non-starchy vegetables, so that's not like potatoes or sweet potatoes. Non-starchy vegetables: carrots, cucumbers, broccolis, tomato, and celery. So Alyssa and I are going to live forever, and our brains are going to be perfect because we eat a ton of carrots every time that we're together. Berries, at least 2 times per week. Strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. Those go great in everything. Those go great in yogurt. Those go great in, everything. Proteins: fish or seafood at least 1 time per week. Poultry at least 2 times per week. So they suggest salmon, tuna, shrimp, chicken, or turkey. So y'all could make, for those of you who don't eat fish, you could do that man's turkey tenderloin. That would be perfect. And I think John would eat that every day if I would make it. Nuts and seeds. You don't have to. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to sidetrack for a second. Linda says that she was in Chattanooga this week for work for her first time in Tennessee, and she thought about me. Oh, how sweet. And we love Chattanooga. Chattanooga is my second favorite city in Tennessee. And it's so funny that y'all are talking about frogs, because I bought something else at the store today. Does anybody want to guess what I bought at the store today besides my salmon? Since y'all are talking about frogs. I wasn't going to say anything, but now that y'all are talking about them. And I do love frogs. I love to watch them and something else. Anyway, let's see. Jackie would like to screenshot that list if I can hold it up. Okay, so hold on. I can't tell if I'm holding it. And of course, it's backwards. Jackie, it's backwards. I'll just have to take a picture of it and post it. But anyway, so nuts and seeds. You don't have to eat. I brought frog legs today. Hey, tatters. So yeah. Oh wait, let me stir my greens. I bought frog legs today, if you can believe it. Yeah, this is looking really good and it smells super, super good. Okay. Okay, so what I was going to say though about yeah, and Carol says she's with John on that man's turkey tenderloin. So what I was going to say though about the nuts and seeds, so there are some seeds that are less points than than eating nuts, because like if I buy nuts, I'm just going to eat them. So instead I've got flaxseed, and I was going to use sunflower seeds, but I've run out of them. But nuts and seeds 1 time a day. Legumes. So beans, peas, lentils, at least 3 to 4 times a week. Olive oil any time of the day. So you can use a little. You don't have to use a bunch of points of that. And then lemon or eliminate soda. Any type of soft drinks. Karen's been fussing. I don't drink soft drinks, but Karen's been fussing. She said that's really, really bad. Diet soda with all the artificial sweeteners. All artificial sweeteners. Okay, this one is going to be a little harder for me because they want us to get rid of stevia, trevia, Splenda, sweet and low, equal, etc., and high fructose corn syrup. That one's going to be hard. Red meat no more than 4 times a week. That one's not a problem for me. I don't know about you all, but beef and pork. Cheese no more than 1 time a week. So I think they're talking about like real cheese. Solid saturated fats like butter, stick, margarine, or coconut oil. All those things, the points are jacked up through the roof. So we tend to eat less of those anyway. But are y'all seeing a correlation here though? It's just so funny to me. When I was reading this, I was like, oh my gosh, that's like almost following WW anyway. Sweets and desserts, no more than 1 time a week. Pastries, desserts, or candy. And fried foods, no more than 1 time a week. So that brain healthy diet, there's absolutely no reason that we couldn't do that. Oh, we're about done. There's no reason that we couldn't do that hand in hand, with our WW diet. Okay, so we're down to the last minute. So I'm giving the last touch to the kale is we're going to put the rice vinegar on there. And you put this on at the end. You do not cook it the whole time in that. So you put that on at the end. And I'm going to put a sprinkle of the Dax Citrus Groove, and that's because we had the citrus on the salmon. I'm just going to put a sprinkle of that on there. Oh, and our salmon is done at the exact same time. So that's going to be perfect. And Dusty has come over here because he is pretty sure that that means that he is good to go. Okay. So let me get a little bit of this out here and let me get this served up. Hold on just a second. So if you use this size bag of kale, this is going to make about 4 servings. So this is going to make about 4 servings. This is what the kale looks like with nothing else on it. Get off of there, kale. Okay, so this is what the kale looks like with nothing else on it yet. Okay, and let's see. Vicki says rice vinegar or red wine vinegar. Well, did I say both? Tonight I used rice vinegar because of the it's orange ginger that we put the salmon in. So I used. Wait, hold on. Why is everybody saying hi to Donna? But so tonight, and Betty, yes, it does smell good. So tonight I used rice vinegar just because of what's on the salmon, because of the marinade that's on the salmon. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to add the egg. So I'm going to add the hard-boiled egg. Again, it's perfectly hard-boiled because we did it in the air fryer. And pardon my fingers, this is for us, so y'all are not eating this. Okay, so now that's what it looks like with the hard-boiled egg added. And of course, the hard-boiled egg is 0 points. So what we have in here so far, we have kale. We have a whole bunch of kale. We had 1 tablespoon of olive oil. So the 1 tablespoon of olive oil divided over the 4 servings, that's going to be 1. That's going to be 1 smart point. The chickpeas are 0. Chickpeas, garbanzo beans, whatever you call them, those are 0. The rice vinegar is 0. The garlic is 0. The egg is 0. So right now we're still just at 1. And we already have all of this. Then we're going to add some of the berries. So we're going to add some of the blackberries to this. And it's going to be so pretty when we get done. Okay, now I'm going to add a piece of the salmon. So hold on just a second, I'll be right back. Let me show you what the salmon looks like. So you want to cook this until it's flaky, and I will flake it for you here in just a second. But because it's been marinated, see how pretty that looks? And I'll show you what it looks like flaked here in just a second. Okay, so we're going to add our piece of salmon to the top. So now it looks like this. And then the last little touches, we have the green onions. So I'm going to add just a couple of those to the top. And Dusty's like dying. He's dying. Then we have, this is flaxseed, and this is golden flaxseed. And there's nothing special about the golden. It's no more or less, good for you or tasty. It's just, it's golden instead of being brown. So 1 tablespoon is 1 point. I'm going to put about a half a tablespoon on here. Okay, so that's the golden flaxseed, and that's just Bob's Red Mill, and I think I got it at Kroger. And then if you want, you can add a little bit of our candied bacon recipe. So if you're not a meat eater, or not like a red meat eater, and I know we're talking about limiting them, but so a tablespoon, so this is just a tablespoon, you know, to add to this. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon, and this is the candied bacon recipe. And if you want the recipe for that, that is already on, the candied bacon recipe is already on www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. So, okay, let me hold it up again. We might actually finish early tonight, and I may actually get to eat supper. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and I will take a picture so that you all can see it again in a few minutes. And I'm sorry, Lynn just realized why I bought the frog legs. 4 ounces of raw frog legs is 1 smart point, and 4 ounces of raw frog legs is 2 of their little bottoms. But anyway, okay. So and Debbie says keep the flaxseed in the freezer to keep it from going rancid. So mine is in a glass jar, and the rest of the bag is in the freezer. But anyway, so this is the kale salad. I'm trying not to dump it over. So this is the wilted kale salad, and it is wilted kale that we just made, and I will post the recipe someday. And it has a hard-boiled egg on it, and it has the salmon that we just cooked in the air fryer, and it has, let's see, greens and blackberries and everything that was on the brain healthy checklist. So the kale itself, okay, because let's see, Loretta says how many servings. So the kale itself would make about 4 servings. So I don't have it filled up all the way in this bowl. I've got it about this is a pretty big bowl. I've got it about maybe 1/4 of the way up in the bowl. And then the blackberries, just, you know, a serving's worth of blackberries, the 1 piece of salmon, the tablespoon of the candied bacon, and everything else. So that's all 1 serving. I'll still have 3 more servings. Yes, Lynn, it is a large serving. I will still have 3 more servings of the, and thank you, Sue. I will still have 3 more servings left of the wilted kale salad. Left to do something with, because we're just going to have 2 of them for supper tonight. But let me show you what the salmon looks like when you cook it in the air fryer. So again, that is, the salmon was 360 degrees for 10 minutes. And this is what it looks like. This is why you take it out. This is why you take it out before, you know, like at 10 minutes. Because it's going to continue to cook. So see how it's steaming? See how the salmon is still steaming? You want it to be flaky. You don't want the salmon to be flaky. You don't want it to be dry. If you cook it too long, it's going to get dried out. So see how flaky that is and how moist it still is? So that is perfect. So 360 degrees for 10 minutes is the maximum that I would do the salmon for. So, okay. We have 3 minutes left. So what questions do you all have? I will post this. I will talk slower when I post it. Might try to get Casey to, you know, do a video of doing the wilted kale again. But, so it's wilted kale salad with some hard-boiled eggs, some blackberries, and the salmon. So we have hit, how many of the Mind Diet recommendations have we hit? Okay, so they recommend green leafy vegetables. Got it. Non-starchy vegetables, got it. Berries, got it. Protein, got it. Nuts and seeds, got it. Legumes, got it. Olive oil, got it. The only thing that this does not have out of this it's heart healthy too, out of this Mind Healthy diet, the only thing that it does not have is the whole grains. And if you wanted to add some whole grains, you certainly could. You could do some, you know, you could do some quinoa or something like that and put it in there. But we have hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 8. So I'm gonna consider that a success. And this whole thing is like 2 smart points, I think. 2. I think it is 2 smart points. We will have to figure that out because I think it's 3 because of the G hues that I use. Oh, let me show you that real quick. Hold on. This was the G hues that I used. So it's sugar-free orange ginger marinade, and thank you very much, Debbie, for that. So G hues, absolutely delicious. That's the marinade that we used. The Citrus Groove Dax is the spice that we used. And let me go ahead and take a bite of this real quick, because I always like to try these things for you all to let you know how they taste. Of course, I already know how it tastes, but let's see. I'm gonna try to get a little bit of everything in here. And I'm telling you, the salmon, and you don't even have to, this is so well done in the, I mean, just not, I don't mean well done like overcooked. I mean well done, like so well done in the air fryer that you don't even have to take the skin off of the bottom of the salmon. It is absolutely okay to eat, and it has a lot of nutrients in it too. So that's a little bit of everything, and Dusty's literally gonna pass out. The only thing I didn't get was a berry. Perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Okay. So who is going to make salmon in the air fryer? So easy. And who is going to get started on keeping their brain healthy? So I'm serious. We all need to get started on this, and it's the same things that we're doing anyway for WW. Teresa just asked a really good question. I completely forgot to tell you all. Teresa, the marinade, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Only marinate salmon. If you're going to do it with salmon or some kind of fish, only do it for 30 minutes. If you marinate fish for longer than 30 minutes, and see, why would the salmon skin contain very high points? But anyway, no longer than 30 minutes, because if you do it for more than 30 minutes, it starts to break the fish down and it just falls apart. So 30 minutes, that was an excellent question. And Sue, I don't know why the salmon skin would have very high points. I don't think salmon skin has points, but it's not like chicken skin. Okay, so that is our chat for this week. I am going to get John back out here. I'm shocked he hasn't come out yet. But y'all have an amazing week. I'm going to get Dusty. Come here, Dusty. I don't think he's left my feet the whole night. Come here. So it's not like our normal night when he sleeps through everything. Come here, buddy. Of course, he thinks he's getting something, but if you all notice, I set my bowl. That's how good this is. If you all notice, I set my bowl over there so that he couldn't get it when I picked him up. But anyway, y'all have an awesome and amazing week. I hope you do something to be brain healthy this week, and we will keep you all posted on how she's doing. She had a great time with Alyssa today. Again, being happy really does cure a lot of things. She had a great day today. So you all stay happy and healthy and keep your brains healthy. And I will see you next week. See you later. Have an amazing week. Oh, and if you're watching this later on YouTube, just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. Don't forget to, I can't remember where we put them. I think it's subscribe or watch the next video. Subscribe. And then if you want one of our t-shirts on Spreadshirt, it should be right here. So y'all have a great week. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you, and we'll see you next week. Good night.